This is what's crazy about being biracial. I have blood that started it, and then I have blood that was enslaved by it.
Actor Tamera Mowry came to fame alongside her twin sister, Tia Mowry, in the hit sitcom Sister, Sister. Their roots stretch back generations in the Bahamas. And hidden within those roots was a poignant story. Tamera's third great-grandmother, a woman named Margaret Roll, was born around 1830, when the Bahamas were part of the British Empire, with an economy driven by slave labor. Searching for evidence of her life, we discovered that Margaret was a victim of that economy.
Return of slaves on the 31st day of July, 1834. Number 136, Margaret Raleigh, age 9 years and 7 months. Black, Creole, field laborer on owner's land. Wow.
What's it like to see a 9-year-old child listed as a field laborer on an official document?
You know, when you're that young, I know my kids, you want to protect them, you want them to keep that innocence.
Yeah.
But for Margaret, that did not exist.
That innocence was long gone.
Yes.
Slavery was abolished throughout the British Empire the year that this document was recorded. But Margaret's life likely didn't change much, at least not at first. The law that freed her also established an apprenticeship period, 4 years during which formerly enslaved people had to work for their former owners with no pay. So Margaret was likely at least 13 years old before she was able to truly experience emancipation.
Let me ask you this. What do you think Margaret would have made of you?
She'd be proud.
Oh, no question. She would be proud.
But you just feel so, she had to go through that.
Yeah.
As a child. I wonder what she did to escape her current situation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What were her thoughts of hope?
What's her flights of fancy?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then to, finally be free, and what that felt like. That first breath.
Mm-hmm. And she was old enough to be conscious of.
Yes.
I was this,
and now there's
that.
this.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just that moment of,
There is a grace note to this story. Records show that Margaret was enslaved by a British baron named John Roll, which links her to a very significant event in the history of the Bahamas. In 1830, enslaved people on Roll's estate rose up in what became known as Pompey's Revolt. Though they didn't win their freedom, the rebels won some concessions, and their actions lived on in memory, providing inspiration and hope to generations.
So, now think about this. Your third great-grandmother, Margaret, was born on Roll's plantation just 4 years earlier in 1825, so she would have been alive when that rebellion took place. By extension, there's a chance that Margaret's parents, your fourth great-grandparents, unnamed, still lived on the plantation and may very well have taken an active part in these events. But what's it like to learn this, to think that your ancestors lived through this important moment in the history of the Bahamas? This is like Nat Turner's rebellion.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Discovering the stories of our ancestors is a transformative experience, changing the way we see ourselves, our families, and our shared history. To see more incredible stories, click below. And thank you for watching.